Hi, and welcome to my YouTube channel for nurse aid students and CNAs who just need refresher training. In this video, I'll be performing the updated 2018 testable skill, hand hygiene. Before I actually perform this skill, I just want to cue you in on the two critical element steps, steps number 5 and 7. Step number 5 requires the testing candidate to lather their hands for at least 20 seconds. Step number 7 requires the testing candidate to rinse all areas of wrist, hand, and fingers of all soap. When you're rinsing, just a tidbit of information for you. You want to make sure that you also check and recheck your lower arm, okay, just in case any soap has risen up that far. The reason being is because if you have one little speck of soap left on your arm or any area of your hands, wrist, or fingers, you will not receive credit for that step, and that is a critical element step, which means you automatically fail the skill. In regards to the critical element step, step number 5, the easiest way to ensure that you will get 20 seconds is to use the storm count. The storm count is when you'll count as such: 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, and so on, all the way up to 25. If you do that, you will be guaranteed to get at least 30 to 45 seconds of lathering, okay? Another piece of information that I want to share with you is the very first step in hand hygiene, which is addresses the resident and introduces self. A lot of people tend to forget or not perform this step before they actually perform hand hygiene. I encourage all of my students to do so at that point. Reason being is because once you get into testing, you're going to be nervous, you're going to feel intimidated, and you're going to end up forgetting to do that. So once that NAE or nurse aid examiner or evaluator says your time starts now, the very first thing that you need to do is step number 1 in hand hygiene. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Good morning, Mrs. Jones. My name is Julie. I'm your CNA, and I'm going to be taking care of you today. First, I want to go ahead and do a quick safety check. I just want to make sure the bed is in a low safe position. The bed wheels are locked. You have your call light in your hand, and I'm just going to provide you with some privacy. I'm going to go wash my hands and gather some supplies, and I'll be right back, okay? All right, now that you're back at the sink, with the 2018 updates, there's been a change as to how you turn the water on. If you have one tap or one handle, you need to turn that one handle to the center setting. Okay? If you do not, you will not get credit for that step. If your sink has 2 taps or 2 handles, you'll need to turn on both handles. If you don't turn on both handles, you will not get credit for that step. So one handle, turn it on to the center setting. 2 handles, turn on both. Okay, and it does not have to be at the center setting if you have 2 handles. So the first thing I'm going to do, because I have 2 taps, I'm going to turn both handles on. I'm going to wet my hands, wrists, and fingertips, making sure I keep my fingertips down. I'm just going to wiggle the excess water off. I'm going to reach over and get soap. And I'm going to make sure I get a lot of soap, okay? If your soap begins to dissipate while washing, all you have to do is reach over and get more soap. So now I'm going to wash my hands, wrists, and fingers, keeping my fingertips down and my hands lower than my elbows. And again, I'll do this for 20 seconds. I'm going to use the storm count: 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000, 6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000, 9 1,000, 10 1,000. And I'm going to count like that all the way up to 25. Again, that will get you at least 30 to 45 seconds. Okay, once I've lathered my hands for the 20 seconds, I will now clean my fingernails, and you can do so by rubbing your fingernails on one hand on the opposite palm of the other hand. Clean my fingernails. Now I'm going to rinse the soap, again making sure my fingertips stay down and making sure I do not touch the insides of the sink. If you happen to accidentally touch the insides of the sink, you need to make sure that you look at that NAE and tell them that you accidentally touched the insides of the sink. Would you like for me to restart the skill? 9 times out of 10, he or she will tell you no, because you recognize you made a mistake and you were able to self-correct. So once I rinse, I'm going to turn my arms and make sure I have gotten all the soap off. Again, I'll wiggle my fingertips to get the excess water off. I'm going to use my elbow to advance the paper towel. And with the 2018 update, the candidate has to dry the fingertips of each hand. Once you dry the fingertips of each hand, now you can dry the remaining areas of your hand. If you don't start drying with the fingertips, you will not receive credit for that step. Once my hands and arms and wrists and fingers are completely dry, I'm going to advance the paper towels, and I'm going to turn off each individual faucet, or if you just have one, you'll turn off that one tap, and then you can verbalize skill complete.